Welcome, everyone. We are recapping DynamicsCon 2025. That was in Chicago about 2 weeks ago. This is Noah, and I have one of the speakers with me, Rod O'Connor. Rod, how you doing there?
Doing good, thanks. How about yourself, Noah?
Doing fine. I have had a good Memorial Day weekend and back in the office now, which is really back at the desk at the house.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's me too. 0 minutes commute to work.
Yeah, awesome. So, Chicago was 2 weeks ago about, and you had two sessions while you were down there. Actually, you went down. You're from Toronto, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so not too far away from you to go to Chicago, and then you had two sessions there that Wednesday and Thursday. Did everything go well for you?
Yeah, they both I got positive feedback on both sessions, so that's always good. For our sponsor session, I think we had 20 or so people, and then for the group session that I had with Sean and David and we had probably 25 people or so. So it was good.
Okay, awesome. And that the partner showcase, it's still called showcases. I think they do.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the one you had on Wednesday at 11 a.m. It was iPass Plus. Expect more from your integration platform provider. So full house for that one.
Yeah, it was
Um,
it was good. We had a few existing customers, but lots of folks meeting us for the first time, so that was good.
and did you have a room for that, or was that part of the expo hall floor area?
No, it was a proper room. There was actually a lot of partner sessions going on, so ISV showcases or whatever you call them. And they had us in kind of two different time slots, and so they had a whole bunch of the those ISVs happening at the same time.
Good. Okay. Awesome. Hope your product is doing well out there.
It
You've been
has been,
selling it for
yeah.
a while?
I have worked with E1 for 6 years now, actually 6 years this month. And then
Hmm.
E1's been selling, well, Smart Connect in particular, for 24 years now, I believe it is. And then PopDoc, we've been selling for 7 or 8 at this point.
Okay. Awesome. Time does fly by, doesn't it? So
It does,
seems like
yes.
only yesterday I was in my first dynamics class. That was like 25 years ago. And then
Yeah.
you had that discussion on Thursday afternoon at 1:15, how to prepare for your Dynamics GP migration.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm on you said Sean was on that panel. I have him on the phone this afternoon.
Hmm.
There were some other people as well, though, you mentioned.
Yeah, Casey Metzger and David Laster. So Casey's with Innovate and David is with Grabok and Sean, obviously from SA Global. All really experienced with, moving folks from GP to Business Central, which was kind of the focus of that
Mhm.
session. We went in with some seed questions, and I think everyone was doing a good job of keeping the conversation going. And then we got lots of participation from the audience eventually, which was, can always be a concern with sessions like this. But
Yep.
yeah, I think everybody was happy and engaged, and it turned out well.
Awesome. And then uh, I, I, I've seen a couple of slides and videos about attendance. I think I saw the number 2,100 attendees mentioned.
Hmm.
So, yep, so a lot of people. How was the foot traffic for the sessions and Expo Hall and the other areas?
It was really good. I was happy with the Expo Hall this year compared to last year. So last year the Expo Hall was spread out. I think the venue was smaller than they anticipated, so there was actually Expo Hall in the hallways, not just in the hall. So it could be
Okay.
hard to find some of the booths, but this year was really well laid out. More of a traditional Expo Hall. They had a bunch of tables set up off to the side as well, so you could take a break once in a while. That's where all the meals were. Um, And then the sessions themselves, it was a little spread out, but all of the sessions that were related to each other were kind of in the same little areas of the conference center. So it was good.
That's great. And you had, your sessions Wednesday and Thursday. Were you there for just those 2 days, or did you make more of the conference than those two?
No, I stayed till Friday. So I came home Friday afternoon, saw a couple sessions on Friday morning, and I actually flew in on the Tuesday evening. So they actually opened the expo hall on Tuesday evening and did a bit of a welcome reception. So we went down for that, wandered around, met up with lots of our partners. So it was really good.
Nice. Did you catch Tanya Henderson's company party? I think it
I
was maybe Wednesday night.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch that one. I was out with some coworkers and dinner. Took a little longer than anticipated, but
Okay.
I hear it was a rager. I hear it was a lot of fun.
She said that last year they got kicked out of a hotel room or lobby or something. So at least they had an official venue for this one. So learning lessons there.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So where are you off to next for conferences?
Honestly, I'm slowing down a little bit right now. I did the TM Group conference last week in Detroit.
Hmm.
Um, and then I'm actually doing so E1 Solutions does this integration roadshow. It's kind of a little traveling mini conference that we do for our partners. And I'm doing my next stop in Fargo later this month, well, later in June. I think it's June 10th and 11th or something like that. And then after that, I think I'm done until conference season kicks off again in September.
Okay. It's been quite a while since I've been to Fargo. But I've been there in the dead of winter and in the middle of a sweltering summer. So
Yes,
it's have you been to Fargo before?
so many times.
Okay, yeah.
So I've been in the Microsoft channel for a long time, and my very first time to Fargo was when I learned dexterity. It's funny you talked about getting GP training 20 some years ago.
Uh-huh.
It would have been in about 20 or 2001 or so. That I went to Fargo for the first time, and I was learning
Well,
dexterity, the programming language.
that would have been the same year I started. I started with Great Plains in 2001.
Mhm.
Um, and the week I started the Great Plains, Microsoft bought Great Plains. So it worked out the really good timing for me.
Yes.
And back to DynamicsCon, you know, they have already set the date and everything, and the venue for next year and registration. So they're headed out to Vegas next year.
Yeah,
That
should be fun.
I'm going to do my very best to make that trip out there. I've been to Vegas many trips. Always love going out there, and I hate I missed this year in Chicago. So I'll try to make up for it out there. Let's see. Yeah, they have May 12th through 15th of next year for Vegas at the new Fontainebleau, which I've not been at that hotel. Most conferences I've been to have been at the MGM or at the Wynn. So, but I think Fontainebleau is right down the street from the Wynn, not too far at all.
I'm actually not familiar with that one, so I'll have to look it up. I'm excited to try
Yep.
a new hotel.
And I don't think they have their website for 26 open for registration, but they do have a link on Eventbrite. So if anybody goes to eventbrite.com, you can find the registration out there. It's open for early bird registration, which right now it was less than $1,000.
Oh wow.
So really good pricing. If you have any inclination of going to next year, it's a great conference. I would definitely jump on that one.
Yeah, I'd highly encourage anyone to go to it. Even I shouldn't say even I've been working in this channel for a very long time, as I said, but there was plenty there for me to learn when I was there last week or when I was
Yep.
there 2 weeks ago.
And if you've got users on listeners on here that have never been speakers before, they will be taking those speaker session suggestions pretty soon. And with that, if you get selected as a speaker, you don't have to register at all, I believe.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. It's pretty beneficial, and it can be a lot of fun getting up there. And it doesn't have to be I'm a super expert in this topic. You can just start a panel. You can just teach people about the experiences you've had. It's for users by users, right?
It is definitely, and there's always a bit of a stage fright with anybody that gets up in front of a bunch of people. But if you are a presenter, you're in front of a lot of people who are working with the same products you're talking about. They're interested in what you have to say. They want to hear the problems you've been through, how you found solutions for those problems. It's a very welcoming community. So if you have stage fright, don't let that stop you. So by all means, think about submitting sessions.
100%.
And right now, I think the next conference right now I think everybody's at is over in Europe for Dynamic Minds. Have you ever done that one?
I haven't done that one. I'd love to, though. They seem to always pick these beautiful venues for that one. So
Yeah.
I'll have to get on my boss's back about that one.
Yep. Stephanie's over there. Tanya's over there. So a lot of the speakers that left at DynamicsCon are there now, and they speak really well about it. So I'm gonna have to look at it for next year.
For sure.
So from your sessions, will you have PDFs and PowerPoints that you'll share with everybody on the mobile app or on the website, or are those going to be available pretty soon? I haven't seen an email come out about it.
Yeah, so the PDF for the panel session, I will be posting that through the Huva app. There's not a lot of detail on there. It was mostly just the questions that we went into with our seed questions, as well as a couple of QR codes and stuff. But our partner session, it was mostly just a demo deck, so we won't be posting that one.
Okay. All right. Good deal there. So any other highlights you got from the conference you want to mention before we wrap up today's call?
Um, only that, like I said, there was so much to cover there. Savannah Dill speaking on Power BI. I don't know if you heard about her session, but she had 120 people in that room or something, just talking Power BI and reporting. There's so many great speakers that are there. Too many to list, obviously. It's just
Sure.
really worth going for anyone who's listening to this should really consider going next year.
Yeah, they did have a ton of sessions, and I was just amazed that they could have so many sessions and sort them all out, and that venue accommodates so many of them. So very impressive numbers.
It was a great venue. Yeah, it was. They had lots and lots of rooms available. Now, if you were someone like me who had to cross over many different topics, it could be some long walks between sessions, but it was worth it. They were all
Mhm.
really well done.
Good. All right. Well, Rod, I appreciate you joining us today and recapping your time up in down in Chicago for Dynamics Con. It's always great talking with you.
Thanks. You too, Noah. It was a lot of fun.
Uh, yep. Everybody have a great summer out there, and our next conference that I'm going to be at will be Summit in October. So, Rod, maybe I'll see you there or some other people on that trip.
Definitely. Sounds good.
All
See you
right.
there.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Cheers.